Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'm reviewing a pen from Lamy. Obviously, over the years, I've reviewed a bunch of Lamy pens, almost every Lamy pen on the market. But I've been sitting on this one for a while. This is the Lamy Scala. This is a pen I wasn't sure about. Even after I got one, I wasn't sure about it. But I inked it up again recently and I thought, you know what? Actually, this is actually a pretty cool pen. I like it a lot. It's got lots going for it that I really enjoy. A couple of things I would love to see different, but let's get talking about it. So I will talk about the parts and features. I'll do a writing sample, pros and cons, all those usual things. Got Lamy there on the side of it. And then we get this beautiful matte material, which is cylindrical all the way to the end of the cap, tiny step down, and then the barrel of the pen continues along, tapering very, very slowly to another very shiny chrome end there. All the chrome features on this pen will pick up fingerprints, will pick up everything. So it's just the way these pens go. Snap cap, pretty sort of solid snap. I like it. And it reveals a metallic chrome section that tapers to a little end there, and then the standard Lamy nib. This is a steel nib, and I have it here in the medium. Lamy feed, all of that kind of stuff. It is a standard cartridge converter pen, well, Lamy standard cartridge converter pen. You can get the converter for it. At the moment, I have a cartridge in it because I only had cartridges of the ink I wanted to use. It's the Lamy tourmaline ink, which I really, really love, and I wanted to use that, so it's got a cartridge in it at the moment, but it does take the converter as well. And that is the basics of the pen. It's actually a very simple pen. There's not a lot going on. It's a cartridge converter with a steel nib. So let's quickly do size comparison and then a writing sample. So for the size comparison, of course, I've got it alongside the Lamy Safari. This puts it into context. It's just a little longer. A lot of Lamy pens, particularly the cartridge converter pens, have a dictated length based on, firstly, the Lamy feed and nib system, but also the Lamy converter. So they all sort of sit around a similar kind of length, which is a very comfortable length for the most part. Uncapped, once again, that similarity continues. Decent length. Now, obviously, the Scala does post, and it posts quite securely and makes, once again, a very nice length pen. Very similar in dimensions here to the Lamy Safari. And what are those dimensions? Well, it's 141 millimeters when it is capped. It's 132 when it is uncapped, making a very comfortable length in the hand. There's no issue with this whatsoever. I think even if you had quite large hands, this pen would still be relatively comfortable unposted. Posted, it's about 168, which makes it a decent length pen. It caps just long enough to not be uncomfortable on the webbing of your hand, but there is a issue with balance with this pen. The pen weighs about 40 grams, 24 in the body and 16 in the cap, but the vast majority of the pen's weight is back here in the end of the cap. Now, it is a metal pen, metal body, metal everything. So it is going to weigh a little bit more at that 40 grams. But as I said, so much of that weight is at the end there that I prefer to write with this pen unposted, and it still makes a nice weight in the hand, 24 grams. So you definitely feel it in your hand. It's good. Okay, let's do a writing sample now with the Lamy Scala. This is a steel medium nib. The ink, as I said, is Lamy tourmaline. So it writes well. No issues there whatsoever. I've had no issues with this. Quick writing. It kind of writes exactly as you would expect a Lamy to write. It's got the same Lamy, converter or cartridge through to feed and nib. Not the wettest going around, but definitely wet enough. Reverse writing. It's scratchy, but doable. For a few words at a very, very super fine line. Not a flex nib. They're stiff. They are what they are. But, it's a consistent, easy writer. And as it is a standard Lamy nib, if you've got a problem with the nib, you can easily replace them. But also Lamy, depending on the retailer you get it from, Lamy have a good warranty concept as well, particularly for their sort of more expensive pens. So what does the Lamy Scala actually cost? Well, in Australia, you can get this pen for $208 to $308. Like, there is a big jump around for the stainless steel nib version of this pen. I've seen it as low on some retailers on sale for around $120, but the general prices range between that $200 to $300 price range. It all depends on what distributor they buy from, like how much they're undercutting the price, all those kinds of things. So it does come up at a lot of different price points. But is it worth that? Well, that is up to you. I think there are some great pros of this pen, but there are a couple of cons that are going to make this pen just a no-go for some people. And what are those cons? Well, the big one for me, the big one, is that the balance is really bad when it's posted. Like, this cap, all the cap's weight is right there in that end. It's just full of heavy metal. And when you post it, that back weight just goes right to the back. So if you're happy to write with it unposted, it's a very comfortable pen. But the other issue this raises is this slick metal grip. Now, Lamy have done this on so many pens, and one day they will listen. Slick metal grips are problematic. They have it on the Studio, they had it on the EDOS, it's been on a range of pens. They seem to like it. It's not my personal favorite, and it's not a lot of people's favorites. If your hands get slippery, this is gonna slip around your hands very, very much. Also, all this chrome trim just picks up fingerprints everywhere from anything. There are a number of really beautiful finishes of the Scala pen. It's actually quite a striking and attractive pen model. But those couple of little issues will make it a no-go for some people. But there are lots of pros with this pen. I love the matte finish of this pen. I actually like the look of that beautiful matte black with the shiny chrome. I think it's absolutely great. I think this particular one writes really, really well. Now, some people have issue with Lamy nibs, and that's absolutely rightfully so, because the consistency isn't 100%. Sometimes you have to try a couple to get one that really writes how you want it to. I like the Lamy mediums. I find them to be relatively consistent. I've had a couple of duds over the years, but I've also had dozens and dozens of Lamy fountain pens. So the strike rate has been pretty good. But the nibs are interchangeable. If you wanted to, you could put one of their calligraphy nibs on here. This pen with a black nib would look absolutely fantastic. There are options: extra fine, medium broad, 1.1, 1.5, 1.9. Then you've got things like the left-handed nib, or the beginner nib, the A nib. There's a lot going around. You get the Chinese calligraphy nib, all of that kind of stuff. So many options. So, you have options there if that's what you're into. And they're all interchangeable, and you can buy them, depending on the retailer, all individually. The other thing that Lamy do really, really well is their warranty. So if there is an issue with any of your Lamy pens, they will help look after you. So thank you for watching this sort of quick review of the Lamy Scala fountain pen. As I said, I sat on this pen for a while, not knowing if I was going to review it, but then when I inked it up, and I've actually enjoyed writing with it. Even with that slick grip, I have enjoyed writing with this pen quite a lot. And of course, with that beautiful tourmaline ink that was a limited edition a few years ago. It's just absolutely stunning. So yes, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, hit the notifications button, all that kind of stuff. If you've got products you think I should be looking at, or if there's a way you would like to support the channel, I would love to hear from you. In the meantime, enjoy your pens, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you soon.